Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And Lydia, aka Mama Lou, is off again this week. She had her improv show yesterday, and it ran very late. And then her husband is doing their all-night gaming marathon that he does once a year with his friends. So they take up their entire house and put in all these video games and stream and all that stuff. So there's no available computers for her to use. So anyway, so hopefully
we will miss you, Lydia. Hope to see you soon.
Alrighty, guys. A very special you know what? Let's talk about this first. So this week, shout out to all of our listeners, our Backstreet friends who are heading to Backstreet's Back at the Beach, Cancun 2024. So that is happening this week. I'm going to share this thing and hopefully it works.
I've seen a lot of posts on Twitter saying people have been traveling. They're about to travel, take a flight to there. So that's exciting. Always fun when the countdown has been finished and you're now ready to go and enjoy the festivities.
So the Backstreet Boys will be in Mexico, in Cancun. I believe it's the Moon Palace. Yes, the Moon Palace Resort. So the event is actually taking place April 18th to 21st. But again, as Sophia said, some people will go in a little bit earlier to kind of get there and make sure that they're not missing out on anything or stay later or, just have a bit of a vacation before the thing and get the lay of the land. So
I also think because you go early because you don't want to miss your flight or the delays. So you travel a day before. So then you're just there. Exactly. When you're there, you're like, yes, I don't have to worry about
You're ready to go and everything. And as people arrive, you're there and you're not missing out on anything. Because I know when I went to the Pop 2000 in Paradise thing, we flew in the day that it was starting. And then there was a flight delay and we missed we didn't miss the opening party, but we almost missed the opening party. Basically, we had time to drop off our stuff and then boot it over to the other end of the resort where we didn't know even where we were to find it. And then, that was fine. But I can definitely see, and especially since people are coming from all over the world, flights are different and you don't know what may not fly every day to Cancun or whatever. So you need to get your other flights. Anyways, a lot of excitement for people there. I know a few people are going. I'm going to actually, if you're going and you want to send us your screen name or whatever, if you're going to be posting pictures and stuff, then we'll try to retweet some stuff. Sadly, we are not going. We are broke right now. I put out a sad plea yesterday, being if any rich benefactors would like to gift me a room. Here's the problem, Sophia. The problem is, obviously, I am very last minute. When I went to the Pop 2000 one, I booked within the last month. I'm 99.999% sure I'm not going, but there's that small little sliver what if a room pops up really cheap, which it's not going to, but sometimes maybe somebody got sick and they can't go or whatever. But I made the mistake of looking up flights. We had it so good with the cruises.
They were reasonably priced.
Yes.
And I just think after we saw those prices, we're no, that's not happening.
I know, because I believe the cheapest package was, I think, $2,500. Yeah. 4 people were in a room or something, up to 4,000 or 5,000. So, and this is American money. So in the exchange is really crap right now. So,
yes, the conversion would be even more.
Yeah. So although it sounds like a super amazing time, we could not afford it this time, but I made the stupid mistake of looking up flights yesterday. And let me tell you, I was just I can't wait. It'll be last minute. So the flights are going to be $1,500, and I'll be like, oh, that's stupid. Good thing I'm not going. Well, no. When I looked up flights, it was $450, and I was like,
Wow.
oh, I was like, that's reasonable. I could do that round trip, and I'm like, nope, not doing it. So, but yes, if you are a wealthy benefactor and would like to provide Sophia and I with a room,
Yes.
we'd be glad to attend. So yes.
We'll be glad to attend in the next few days.
In the next few days, and we will take lots of pictures and videos. We'll go
Yes.
live from things, whatever you want, whatever you need, we would provide that for you.
Yes.
If you were wealthy, I don't know why you wouldn't be just going yourself, but maybe you don't.
If you like to spread the wealth around, and help Boy Band Break, why not?
You know what? We'll be like Boy Band Break sponsored by whoever you are. It's
right? Like
yes,
we got you.
We got our passports. We're ready to go. If anyone
exactly.
Anyways, so and I know another thing that a lot of people were like kind of complaining about or whatever is that there's no guaranteed like photo ops with the boys, and that's what the cruises were. So the cruises, you were on a boat with them, they couldn't really leave, so you're gonna see them. You're going to get a picture with them. You got all performances. So it seems like all the things, like the fun events that were happening on the cruise are basically what they're doing here.
But without a guarantee photo.
Without a guaranteed photo. But again, like you can probably like get one. And I know like on the cruise, like AJ did like a selfie line the one day and stuff like that. So there's just a lot more.
Yeah, and Kevin also did one, and like Brian was doing it. I feel like they all did it on the cruise. So maybe if you
probably will.
Yeah. If they have a good time and like people are calm and are not crazy, I feel like they would do it.
That's the key, guys. Like, and I know this sounds so stupid and we shouldn't have to say this because we're grown up. But if you seem like a calm and normal person, they will stay longer. If you are screaming and grabbing at them, they're going to be like, okay, we're going to go now. Like whatever, if you're pushing, whatever. If you form a nice, calm, orderly line, you're going to get time. And again, yes, it'll be fast, like quick, but get in, take your picture, let the next person have a thing.
How was it get in very quickly?
In and out very quickly.
Yes, in and out very quickly. We mastered that.
Yeah. So opportunities present themselves. So hopefully people will get lots of FaceTime and stuff.
And also go in with low expectations.
Yes.
Once you go in with low expectations, whatever you get is a bonus, and you're like, yes.
That's actually my number one rule for any event like this, is that if you go in thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have dinner with Nick, and then I'm going to salsa dance with AJ, and that's not going to happen. However, if you go in being like, oh, this is great, I'm going to be with a great group of men and women that I may know from the internet or in real life, or are going to meet a whole bunch of new friends, and the boys are just going to be there as well. That's the kind of mentality you need to go in with very low, and then you're never disappointed, right? You're like, go in.
Because usually when you go in with low expectations, it goes very well. And then you're like, yes, it was like an amazing experience.
But if you go in saying, okay, I'm 100% getting pictures with all of them, this is da-da-da-da, and that doesn't happen, you can tend to hyperfixate on things or get angry and be like, oh, they cut off the line right before me or whatever, right? So just go in very low, very chill, and just, expect the unexpected. So a bunch of people, I guess some people have been complaining online as well about this. And they were saying, well, what about the first cruise, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to say I went on that first cruise where it was a half charter. I have no idea how I found out about this cruise, because I was not like super into the Backstreet Boys fandom at this point, but I somehow heard about it and I went, and we went with like extremely low expectations. Like Lydia came with me. It was a half charter, so we did everything together, and the other half were like normal people who didn't know the Backstreet Boys were on their cruise. But even like things like the Q&A session, like we'd gone to meet and greets before, and the Q&A session was 3 questions, right? But when we were on the cruise, it was, I can't remember, it was either half an hour or an hour long. And it was
it felt
like
pretty good.
So many, I should see if I can find my little, what are those things saying? The chip thingies from digital cameras. Because
the SIM card?
When it first started, SD card, yes, because didn't have good phones. We had literally digital cameras taking on this cruise. So we went in with the cruise being like, okay, they'll be there, whatever. not realizing, and it was like the most amazing time. So because like everybody who went on the first cruise was like, holy shit, this is amazing. The next cruise, they were able to do a full charter. And then like from all the other ones since then were full charter and they were like busy. So I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, I don't know about this. It is a lot of money and it is way more than what we paid for the cruises. But I think it'll actually be a good time. And I think if you go with low expectations and you have a good time, it'll be a good time. So
I couldn't go on the first cruise because my dad passed away 2 weeks before. I had all paid everything, but I was like, well, when I was younger, I never thought I would be on a boat with the Backstreet Boys. So
exactly.
I was like, yes, I'm going to go on the second one. I don't care.
Yeah. For sure. And it's just like, that's the thing. Like, you don't think like, oh, I'm going to be at a resort where the Backstreet Boys are all weekend and spending the weekend with them and Jason Derulo, I guess. And then, so anyways, it's just like, and then you meet other people. And that's the best part I found about the cruises and even the Pop 2000 Paradise is that you meet a lot of other fun people and now you make more friendships and all that stuff. So
I find that if you go to every like event, most people are there. You see the same people that go to the same events as you. Exactly. And basically everyone there was on the cruise.
And everyone's there for the same reason. It's not like, and this exactly for this resort as well, they're only the Backstreet Boy people. There's no like normal, regular people there. So all of these people, you have at least one thing in common with them. That's right. You love the Backstreet Boys. So it's going to be a fun time and you're going to have fun. So just relax and enjoy and have a great time.
And you're going to be on a beach. Like who doesn't want to go on a beach?
You got a vacation as well.
Right?
And
like
free
this is
booze,
fantastic.
Free drink, free
have
food.
A great time, everyone. We can't wait to hear all about it.
Yes. So hopefully if someone is going on and they listen to this and you want to come and talk about your experience, we'd love to interview you, send us a message and stuff. So I'm just going to go through the itinerary really quick. So it starts on Thursday, April 18th. The theme is White Night. So it's the White Sands welcome party with AJ, Brian, Howie, Kevin, and Nick at 7:00.
And White Night because it's like Millennium. I Want It That Way, which is like a segue into this week's episode.
Exactly. Keep that in mind. Then there's a fire show at 7:45, which I'm assuming the boys are not involved in. I feel like there'll just be people performing with fire. So probably best if they step back from that. Could you imagine? I feel like AJ would be the one who would try to do fire. And then Howie would just catch on fire, being like, "Well,
oh my god, yeah!" I was like, right? "Step away from the fire, Backstreet Boys."
Yes, for sure. But AJ would be like, "Yeah, let's do this." Like, I don't know. Anyways, so then
he'd be like, "I can do this."
I think so. I feel like that would be amazing. Okay, so then at 9 p.m. there's Tributo Backstreet Boys performing. So this is a tribute band of the Backstreet Boys performing at this event, which a lot of people thought was a bit of a strange thing considering the Backstreet Boys themselves are going to be there, but kudos to them, I guess, that they got this spot. So good job. And then there's going to be a white out after party hosted by the Backstreet Boys. So maybe they just wanted to give them a little break between the things, and they're like, here, Tributo will play, and then we'll do our thing. So, and then it's at the Sunrise.
Well, it's not like the Backstreet Boys are going to be there on time. They don't say Backstreet time for no reason.
They definitely don't. So yeah, so
I think even on the cruise, it started like they would say it starts at 11, and the boys didn't come to like 12. So
12 midnight. You're falling asleep. You're like, can you please show up? And then Howie would stay out till 4 a.m. So
I think one time Howie stayed like 5 a.m. and I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to bed now.
It's like, I'm tired, but Howie's still here, so I guess we shouldn't go to bed yet. And then even though we're lots of crazy time.
Yeah, he was fun.
He's the party animal. Okay, so Friday, April 19th. So the first event is at 11:30 a.m. It is the Backstreet Boys trivia with prizes. Who doesn't like to win prizes? That's good stuff.
Exactly.
1 p.m. DJ Yossi is performing at the pool. And then at 3 o'clock.
I feel like he was on. Maybe they had him before, possibly. Sure. I don't know. He sounds familiar.
Could be that I feel. Yeah, maybe. 3 p.m. Microphone Madness Karaoke Fiesta with AJ McLean. So that's fun. So so all the boys are having their own little like individual
karaoke is so fun, right? The first cruise, the people were like, "This is the best ever." So
yes, that was a lot of fun for sure. It totally is. So if you get to sing with him as well, like that's kind of a dream come true, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I feel
Okay,
like
and
the
then
first one is like a feeling out process. So whatever works, like you guys are like the guinea pig kind of thing.
mhm. We did this
So
at the
really
Pop
they're gonna
2000
see
in
what works,
Paradise. It
what
was
doesn't
good.
work kind of thing.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I sang karaoke at the Pop 2000 thing, and then I tripped falling up the stairs, and then Billy Gilman had to help me up. It was really, but some of the other people would sing with like O Town or whatever, and they had them on the stage with them. So it was actually really cool. It was a lot of fun to see like the talent, and it's a good icebreaker event to like see other people, because then I was like, oh, you were on stage singing, la la la, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
totally fun. Okay, so then for the night shows, they open at 6:30 each night. So at 7:00, Eric Chubichi, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah,
Kabuchi,
I think so.
he
QBG?
is performing.
I have no idea who that is.
I have no idea. I'm sorry. And then at 8:15, the Backstreet Boys will do their DNA World Tour, which we have seen multiple times. It's a really good.
I think we saw like 6 times.
I think we have. Yep, we've seen it quite a bit. So good show, excellent, a lot of fun.
It's a good show, especially when you're in the pit. It's very good.
Yes. So, and all of these concerts are out on the beach. So I think that's pretty cool too. That
So
you're, like,
get your sunscreen
on
on. Make sure you have your sunscreen with you. Maybe you can do it, like put some more
Yeah.
sunscreen after
Well,
like
this is
45
at
minutes.
night, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yes,
You
but
never
definitely
know,
a good
right?
advice for the entire thing. Yes. So yeah, they'll have food there and they'll have drinks, and you can either rush the stage or you can just chill on the sand, or you can even chill in the ocean if you want and listen. Like, how cool is that to like?
Yeah. They
be
were
there and be like,
saying that you can line up around 3 p.m.
Yeah, they don't want you to hang out all day doing that. And there are other events throughout the day that the resort is doing, like fun games and things like that aren't on this list. But yeah, definitely keep you busy. Okay, and then
And
DJ
you could also go
Yossi.
to excursions.
Yes, you can buy excursions and stuff. Yeah. And yeah. So DJ Yossi is doing the after party at 11. All right. And then on Saturday, which is the Backstreet Boys' 31st anniversary. So Saturday, April 20th. That Eric Kuchichi is performing at the pool at 1. The Backstreet Boys present the Singled Out game show at 2. So we are not from the States. So I had to Google what this was because apparently it was on MTV. So basically it's like a dating game type thing, and said that 250 people are going to be able to participate in this. So it's going to be 50 girls.
So it's a theater or something?
It is in the Universal Ballroom.
Okay.
So I guess they'll all be able to fit there. I have no idea how many people are going.
250 people seats in there.
I think there's going to be more than that seat-wise.
Yes. Sorry, seats. Yeah. Sorry. There'll be more than that.
So I feel like it'll be a big stage. So basically, from what we're understanding, when I looked it up on Wikipedia, basically there's like 50 people per guy, and then they go up on stage and the guys can't see them, and then they ask some questions, and if people, I don't know, like, oh, are you a redhead? Oh, okay, no, then you have to go sit down. So it like narrows it down. And they ask questions and then narrows it down some more. Then it's down to like 3 people or something.
Isn't this kind of like Love is Blind?
Kind of. It's kind of like the match game or a dating game. It's just kind of like one of those dating game type things.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, the people that win, they get serenaded, or am I crazy? Did I make that up?
That's possible. On the cruise,
on the first cruise or second cruise, they did that. They did like a game.
I think it was the first cruise, because I remember on the second cruise, I showed you a video of Brian doing the coconut thing with a fan, because you were surprised that.
Yes.
So
basically on the first cruise, they did like the match game or whatever. So it was like 3 girls and the guys each picked like 1 girl. And then at the concert, they got serenaded and stuff. So that sounds like it could be a lot of fun and whatever. So then our next solo event is at 4 p.m. It's Guac and Shots with Howie D. So he's going to
get ready to get the wings going and the salsing back.
Salsa dancing and winking.
Fun time.
Howie did post a video a little while ago, actually him making the guac, and it looked pretty good. So I might want to try that. But anyways, if you're not going and you want to make guac at home, follow Howie's recipe. It's on his page.
His Instagram page.
So then his Instagram, yes. So then on the evening events for that day is Sunset Vibes with DJ Kev at 7:00. So Kevin is going to be DJing he's the opening act for the headliner, Jason Derulo, who is performing on the Backstreet Boys anniversary. So,
well, at least Kevin is there, going to be doing a happy 31 anniversary toast, maybe. Like, hey,
yes, for sure. So it's good. So I'm actually very curious.
He did an event. He did that as well on one of the cruises, or was that Nick?
Kevin did a thing where he played us some songs, like
yes,
that were like,
and AJ also played. But yes, Kevin played this song, and they were like 3 words, and then we loved. I don't know, we loved
kept saying
song
he kept
so
like,
much.
but he never
it was
actually
like
played the song.
It was like an inside joke, and then we were like, "What is it even called?"
I don't even think he played the whole song. He just kept playing like the first like 3 words or 3
yeah,
words.
It was like, okay,
like
I guess we like love the beat and just this song, this words of the song.
I was just like, played it like 12 times. It was just like, okay.
And then when we got off the boat and we wrote it in on Twitter, and everyone's like, we love this song. And then I don't think like years later, I think we found out what it was actually called. And we're like, what the?
I don't remember. But the annoying part about that, though, on the cruise, so as much as I love the cruises to the extreme, love the first one, loved all the other ones, is that when it got to like the second and more up cruises, the boat was full. So they had to split in half. So
yeah, group A and group B.
Group A and group B. So the one group never got to experience this 3-word song or whatever. And then half the ship was like, what the hell are you guys talking about? So like,
yes. So that was like the inside joke of group B, because we always chose group B.
Because we done the later dining.
I felt like, I don't know, group B like had more, but I think the boys were like more sillier. Maybe because it was the second time doing it, so they got to be like more freer. I don't know why, but I don't know. I thought it was great.
Yes, for sure. Okay, and then Eric Kuchichi is doing the after party that night. Look at that! He has a long day. He has morning and evening. He kicks off the day and closes the night. And then finally, the last day.
Or something.
I'm sure he will too, yes. So on the last day is Sunday, April 21st. So it's starting off with Surf and Serve with Nick at 11:30. And I believe that's beach volleyball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he's going to do volleyball.
He's going to do beach volleyball. So you could be lucky enough to play. One of my very first viral video was Nick playing beach volleyball on one of the cruises. And it had like 100,000 views or something. It was crazy. So if you don't want to look it up, I believe it's
by you and you said sorry.
He fell on my feet. He fell, and then I said sorry, and then he said that's okay. And I'm like, why did I apologize for him falling on me? I don't know.
See, it's the Canadian in you. See,
it is. So if you want to look up that video, it's under Nick Carter shirtless lotion, I think, because I wanted to get as many keywords.
See, you're gonna get like shirtless Nick. Who doesn't love that?
Too funny. Anyway, so there's that. So yes, that's another good key part about being at a beach is that the guys will not be fully clothed the entire time if you're into that jazz. So anyways, and then so after beach volleyball with Nick, DJ Yossi is going to be at the pool. And then at 3:00, the Literal Family Variety Show. So that is Brian, Leanne, and Bailey. They will be performing, I guess, and doing things and singing and doing other stuff and maybe doing some games. They've done that before. I don't know exactly what they're planning.
They had a Wiley fashion show on the cruise. They also did a game on the cruise. I was
Sophia
a part of
got
both.
To play in the game. Yes, that was fun. Yes,
it was lots of fun. Their events are pretty fun. Everyone's events are like pretty fun. Like whoever's your favorite, you're gonna have more fun at them. But I feel like all of them were pretty good.
I thought it was interesting on the cruise is that not everyone showed up to all of the events, and I was like, why not? Like, you might as well. I'm there.
I think because like if Kevin is not your favorite, you're not gonna go there. If Nick is not your favorite, you're not gonna go.
Which
so I think that's why people didn't go.
Enough,
but like we went to every event.
We went to everything. You might as well.
We're like, why not? What else are you gonna do?
Sit in your room and watch Backstreet TV. I wonder if they're gonna have Backstreet TV at the resort. Because on the cruise, they had Backstreet TV, so there's a channel, and it literally just played like music videos and interviews and things like that, like 24/7. So
that would be cool.
That would be cool. So anyways, okay, DJ Yossi is going to be for the last night, the opener. Then the Backstreet Boys are doing their 30 for 30. So they picked 30 songs for their 30th anniversary. The fans picked them. They gave them like a list, and then so they've revealed like 4 or 5 of them.
The list was interesting because they didn't have some of the songs from the other albums, like
Kevin
This Is Us and Unbreakable. So maybe they didn't want to do those ones, but yeah, the 30 for 31 people were like very
it is very much divided the internet
about this because they're like, we've already heard these songs, play like different songs. Like, why isn't different songs on this list?
If you wanted to be a good girl, get yourself a bad boy. Was that included on the list or no?
I don't think so. I think this was where everyone was like other, and then they put it on there.
Oh, there was another
I have no
option?
idea if they've done it.
We didn't get the list, obviously, because we're not on the cruise. So the resort.
Yeah.
So anyone who's
we're
going
talking
on
about the
this
cruise,
trip,
so that's why it's in your head.
yes. So if anybody's going on that, they're the ones who are allowed to vote, which is fair enough. You're
Makes
paying
sense.
extra money to be on this. Like randos shouldn't be able to. I remember
think,
on the
I
cruise
think
they
that's
did
what we
it
did for the
once.
cruise as well. It wasn't on the list, and we did other, and then we put it on the list because I remember doing that.
I recall one of the songs chosen was "Drowning," which I feel like is a really good thing you're gonna sing on a cruise. But anyways, yes.
And then I think it was 2011 cruise, and they didn't even sing the whole song. They just did like a minute and 15 seconds of it. So at least I think that's what they're gonna do. If the fans chose that one, they will not do the whole song.
If you wanted to be good, girl, get
yourself a bad boy. They just, I don't know.
I don't know.
They don't
that
like
makes
that
the
song.
list. But some
and I
people
think
were
that's
like,
why we also chose it in 2011 because they hated it so much.
they hated it, so we just like, oh, you guys hate this song, so we're gonna.
And then Nick went back and was like, I don't hate any of the songs.
It's like, I
so
love
then he
this
doesn't
song
have
'cause he
to
knows that
hear about it
this is all for
anymore.
you guys, yes. Anyway, so yes, so they're
Good time.
doing that. So hopefully someone will post the set list afterwards. There was something people like, no one should post any videos because this is something that we paid for and blah, blah, blah. And other people are like, but you could just share it. Just the fact that you're not there is not that like all these other people can't be there. It's something nice to share.
Oh,
so I just want to say,
stream, right?
some
Can
people
you
were
stream
like,
it?
can they stream it? And other people are like, no. So I'm sure people will have videos. Hopefully someone will provide a set list of what songs they are, or there's a picture or something. I would really like to do like a recap of that afterwards. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that comes up somewhere. So yes, so Backstreet Boys 30 for 30. And then they have, to finish off the weekend, Fiesta Till Siesta Pajama Party, hosted by the Backstreet Boys and Eric Cucciucci. And then, so they're just going to be there all
really
night.
love this Eric Cucciucci guy.
I don't know. So I guess he's just DJ. So anyway, so that is what they're ending. And I find that if we're going to use the cruise as comparison, generally the boys stay out very late on the very last night. So
most of them.
Some of them, yes. So like I think AJ was there till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and like things like Nick was out for a while. So anyways, have fun. It's gonna sound like a great time. I would love to hear more about it if you guys are going. So there you go.
And if it's a success, I cannot speak.
They'll do it again
for some reason.
Yes.
Then they'll do more, obviously.
For sure.
Because usually, like the cruise, they did like 6, right? 7? How many did they do?
I have no idea. I always lose track.
Okay.
I went on all of them.
Like 6 or 7 cruises.
I think it was around 6 or 7. Yeah. We'll look into that. Okay. Anyways, we're now, I don't know if the time.
28 minutes in.
28 minutes in.
Okay. It's a segue to what our episode will be about.
So there was another anniversary this week involving the Backstreet Boys. And this is the 25th anniversary of could arguably be their greatest hit, I Want It That Way. So that came out on April 12th, 1999. So I thought it would be fun to just read a few articles that people have written about the song and maybe kind of like talk about that. So I feel like this is kind of like their quintessential.
It's on the
song.
Millennium album.
It is on the Millennium album. Very nice. Lovely prop you got there.
Yes.
Gorge. If we have time, I have a game I want to play with you at the end. So, yes. So, I think what a lot of people think the Backstreet Boys, they think these white outfits from the I Want It That Way video, and they think about this song. And lots of people have done covers of it, and lots of people sing it. You'll be in a bar, there'll be a bunch of burly biker people around, the song will come on, and then they'll all sing it too. Like, this is a good song that people like.
So I think like I don't know if I think it's safe to say like majority of people when you go to so many concerts, you're kind of tired of hearing the song. But once you hear those notes in the beginning, you're like, oh my gosh, I want it that way. So you get excited regardless if you may get tired of hearing it. After because it's nostalgic, right? It brings you back to a time when you were young, getting those CDs, listening to the music,
having a good time for sure.
Well, we're still a fan, but
we are still.
It just takes you back.
I feel like was this the song that you did not pick in our top 100 boy band songs?
That is correct.
So it's funny because we're like, obviously this song is going to be number one, but then Sophia didn't pick it, so it messed up the math, and it ended up being I
picked it like 32 or something like that.
Yeah, you're just like, no, I don't really want to pick that song.
I love the song. There's so many other good songs.
That's true. And they have like 10, 13 albums, something like that. There's lots of songs.
10, like 11 albums. Like, it's so good. Like, if I had a choice between like, It's Gotta Be You and I Want It That Way, I'm going to choose It's Gotta Be You. But if I had a choice by Like a Child and I Want It That Way, I'm going to choose Like a Child.
If you had a choice between Siberia and I Want It That Way.
I love Siberia too, but I would probably pick Siberia, yeah.
Exactly. Well, fair enough. Okay, so
and like Don't Want You Back and like what other one? Like the one. Like there's so many good songs. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. I like the song. I think it's a good entryway song for a lot of people. I enjoy
the song.
But I can definitely see why after 25 years of them playing it, it can be a little bit annoying to some people, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to start reading a couple of these articles. And
I'm wearing my AJ Bryan, Nick Howie, Kevin shirt.
Is that the one we got at the Toronto VIP?
Yes.
After we came from Montreal and had to change in the bathroom of the train station and then go
I believe,
to this concert. Yes.
We also had a handbag of this one.
Yes, that was cute. Yes, that was good. Yes. What tour was that one?
What?
What tour was that one? Do we remember?
I want to say In a World Like This.
Maybe.
Or This Is Us.
Could have been that as well.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
It's a cute shirt. All right. Anyways.
First world problems. You don't remember what tour?
We don't remember the tour, but it was a nice tour. And
I think it's either Unbreakable or In a World Like This.
All right, cool. All right, so the first article that we are going to read about this comes from the Backstreet Boys wiki, which I did not know that they had a Wikipedia, I guess their own wiki, which 100% makes sense. If you're looking for it, it's backstreetboys.fandom.com/wiki, and this one we're talking about Millennium.
I use this one a lot if I want to check up things on boy bands.
So BSB Google has a secret, and this is where she gets her information.
And we also do this for the songs. I remember we used it for songs as well.
Oh, okay.
Like a song Wikipedia. Am I losing my mind? I feel like we did that.
Sounds right. No, that makes sense. Okay. So Millennium is the third album, second in the United States by the Backstreet Boys. It was highly anticipated follow-up to their U.S. debut album and their second internationally released album. First album to release both in U.S. and internationally at the same time. It holds the record for most shipments in 1 year with 11 million in 1999. It was nominated for 5 Grammy Awards. It did not win any Grammys. They still have not won a Grammy. And had 4 top 40 singles, including I Want It That Way. 3 of the singles, I Want It That Way, Larger Than Life, and Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely, became their most successful and remembered hits of all times, with I Want It That Way becoming their biggest hit to date. Millennium has since become one of the best-selling albums of all time, selling over 30 million copies worldwide. And it was released May 18th, 1999, the album, but the single came out obviously before. Okay. Am I reading all of this part or just the...
No, just the I Want It That Way parts.
Okay, so... okay, so you're doing a Dennis Pop. She said... Okay. So the boys began recording the album in October 1998, had 5 tracks finished by mid-October. At this point, the album's title was already set to include the word millennium, with one potential name being Backstreet Millennium. Heaven in Your Eyes, which would become I Need You Tonight, a song performed on the tour, was also confirmed to be on the album. They hoped to release the album in March or April of 99.
The writer was Andrew Fromm. He always talks about it. A very big deal.
Big deal. Jive disliked how one of the lead tracks, I Want It That Way, which would end up being the lead single, didn't make sense lyrically, and got Robert
I remember
John
this.
Lang.
This is like a big thing in the fandom.
This was a thing, yes. Robert John Lang. Is that Mutt Lang? Is that the one who was married to Shania Twain?
Yes.
To write alternate lyrics, which the boys recorded. However, the group preferred the original version and fought to keep it on the album.
I'm glad they were able to win that battle.
I will read the alternate lyrics in a moment, but yes. This alternate version would find its way online by April 4th, 1999, when fan site Backstreet.net included it on their site, which the actual...
was a huge Backstreet site back in the day.
Backstreet. Was this the fan site or was it...
Yes, the fan site.
Okay. Possibly sourced from an early demo cassette some radio stations had in March. European fans would receive a small preview of what was to come on a compilation CD, A Night Out with the Backstreet Boys, when it was released in late 1998, with snippets of 3 tracks being included. A shortened version would be brought to the United States as a hidden track on the All I Have to Give single. Early printings of Britney Spears' debut album, Baby One More Time, released in January 1999, also included tracks from the new album. I didn't recall that, so that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Finally, in February 1999, it was announced the album would be titled Millennium and it would be released May 18th. At this point, That's What She Said was still set to be included, suggesting it as a late cut. I Want It That Way was released as a single on April 12th to significant fanfare. On May 18th, the day of the album's release, the boys made a heavily publicized appearance on MTV's Total Request Live.
I'm glad. I'm so glad they chose that one, because years later we listened to it and we're like, wow, this is like not a good song. I guess like if that one came out and it was popular, we would be like, oh, the other one maybe is
right.
Not good, but
it's
you never know, right?
You say that because you never know. Like, is the other version just so terrible, or is it so terrible because we're used to this version?
Right.
So it says, do we want to read those lyrics now? Hold on, let me see if I can find out where it opened.
You don't have to.
Okay, hold on. One moment, I'll come back to this.
I think it's like no goodbyes. Tell me why, and then it's like no goodbye, something like that.
Share this tab instead. Okay, so No Goodbye is an unreleased song by the Backstreet Boys. The song is an alternate version of I Want It That Way, recorded because Jive disliked how the original version made little sense. So it was written by like Swedish songwriters, right? Who did
Max Martin. Yeah, that was like
the song has a completely different message from the released version, where the subject loves when his partner says she wants it that way. The alternate version was previewed by radio stations in March 99, which is likely where the version of the song leaked on Backstreet.net around Backstreet.net on April 4th, 99. So the lyrics, Brian, I'm yours completely. I feel so deeply. You're my first thought every day, and I want it that way. And then Nick sings, my life is for you, and I adore you. I love you more every day, and I want it that way. So they're not terrible lyrics, but
I just think Nick because we're so used to that first one that when you hear this one, you're like, oh my gosh, they made a great choice.
They did, for sure. So then Nick goes, no goodbyes. BSB, ain't nothing but a heartache. Nick, no more lies. Ain't nothing but a mistake. That is why. And then Nick says, I love it when I hear you say I want it that way. So AJ's part is, my heart is on fire, such a strong desire. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. No goodbyes and blah, blah, blah. And then Kevin's part is, I gave you my heart, baby, right from the start. And that's the way I'll always be. Yeah, no matter the distance, I want you to know the deep inside of me. So that part is still from the thing. You are my fire, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it's just like a bunch of no goodbye. So it's kind of like a mix of both songs. So
it's like they're just trying to make it make sense. But songs sometimes don't need to make
the
sense.
lyrics make sense. Yeah, no, it's true. Like Meatloaf, I would do anything for love. Well, actually, no, that does. There's a lyric later on that makes sense. Anyway, so it says, I Want It That Way is the lead single from the album. It's their the Boys' most commercially successful song and is often regarded as the group's signature song. There was a tour after that.
On Twitter, they had said that this, on Instagram, they said that this song obviously changed their life.
Understandable, for sure, yes.
Because Amazon Music posted about it on Instagram, and then in the comments they wrote, "This song changed our life."
Aww.
It was very
sweet. Though. So.
It did, yes.
Okay, so
it's a very good also karaoke song. I noticed a lot of people choose this song as well.
For sure, because a lot of people know the lyrics. It's easy enough to sing. It's good. Yes, so I found a couple of fan articles online about this, so I didn't actually read them, but we're going to read them live and find out what other people think.
We're going to learn together.
We're going to learn together. So first up, so this one's actually from 5 years ago. So this comes from What Happens on the Backstreet blog. So Sarah, and it says 20 years of I Want It That Way. So this, well, there are so many songs that the Backstreet Boys have released before and since I Want It That Way hit airwaves 20 years ago. There's no denying that if you walk up to almost anyone who was alive in 1999 and sing, "Tell Me Why," they'll answer with a lyric from the classic hit. Agreed.
Exactly.
For many fans, I Want It That Way is more than just a song. It's a memory.
Yes.
It's the feeling of watching the music video premiere on MTV and squealing once those five faces appeared on the screen. Much music in Canada, yes, for sure. It's a time before the Millennium album dropped and the Backstreet Boys became the best-selling boy band of all time. It was the first time we had felt such great anticipation. It's the moment that some became a fan. It's the go-to on karaoke night, yes, and a tune that will turn up louder anytime we hear it on the radio. They're the words we scream at the top of our lungs in a crowd who is also singing along no matter where you are. 2 decades ago was definitely a simpler time. True. Yep. Yes. And it was a time where a song that didn't make any sense made a lot of sense to love. Before there were adult responsibilities, bills, and babies, there were Backstreet Boys, and there was I Want It That Way. We've joked that we'd be okay with the boys never playing the song again in concert. But the truth is, it holds a special place for each and every one of us. The truth is, we'll always sing along. The truth is, we'll always scream, "Don't wanna hear you," which is true.
Exactly.
Even when Nick doesn't, and we'll always fill in whatever part Brian isn't singing when he points his mic to the crowd. We'll always feel a Backstreet Boy when we wear all white, and we'll forever be jealous of the girls in the music video then and now. In thinking about how lucky we are that we've been fans of the band that has a career that has outlasted most other bands in their era, we also think about how thankful we are for the music that is absolutely timeless. This song and many others will outlast all of us. I Want It That Way is a piece of music that will and has already brought together multiple generations across the world and will continue for another 20 years. Obviously, we want it that way. And then there's like the link to the video. So this is the one they're wearing all white. This is the airport one, correct?
Yes.
The girls with signs and all that stuff. So yeah, so that was a good one. So that was from What Happens on the Backstreet.
And I don't know if you recall this, but when they got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one of the girls who was in this video, the boys had asked her to say a few words at their star. Her name was Lori.
Okay.
And she basically said like everything that we thought. So I thought she represented us very well.
That's awesome. Yay.
Yes.
And I feel like Taylor's podcast had the other girl, the girl who held up the sign. I want to say her name
Yes,
is
I
Beth.
believe so.
So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to be like in a video and everyone knows who you are and stuff like that.
Right. And then you get the opportunity as well to like talk about your fandom and like tell everyone how they feel. That's awesome.
How it went. So that's awesome. Okay. I also there's a Wikipedia about it as well. I opened a lot of pages. We got some time. Okay. Let's go with the Wikipedia information about I Want It That Way.
Yes.
All right. Sorry if any of this is going to be same, but I'll try to skip over if there's some same stuff. Okay. It says, not to be confused with That Way, Lil Uzi Vert song. I'm pretty sure no one is confusing this song with that, but okay.
I didn't even know that there was a song like that.
Nope. It's not our genre of music. All right. I Want It That Way is a song by American vocal group Backstreet Boys. It was released April 12th, 1999 as the lead single of their third studio album, Millennium, written by Max Martin and Andreas Carlson. Well, Martin and Christian London produced it. The ballad,
Swedish trifecta.
Swedish guys. There was some good music coming out of these guys.
Yes.
The pop ballad tells of a romantic relationship strained by matters of emotional or physical distance. Critically, the song was met with positive reception, many critics commenting on its catchiness, also calling it the pop ballad of the year. The song was nominated for 3 Grammy Awards, including Song and Record of the Year, and has been included in lists by Blender, MTV, Rolling Stones, and VH1. In 2021, I Want It That Way was placed number 240 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time. I Want It That Way is the Backstreet Boys' signature song, and commercially it reached number 1 spot in more than 25 countries, including Austria, Germany, Italy, New Zealand, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. In the United States, the song peaked at number 6. Really? I've been thinking.
Yeah, so I found it very interesting that none of the songs went to number 1, and you would think that this song would go to number 1.
You'd think, right? Like,
remember you went to Aunt Juliet?
Yes, and Lance.
And then
was
it Lance who was talking about it on his podcast, and he's like, "Wow, there's so many number 1 songs from the Backstreet Boys." And then he looked it up, and he's like, "No, this is not a number 1 song."
So true, so true. Yeah. But I guess it's so funny.
I thought that was funny. I was like, well, the song is good, right? So
exactly. I feel like it also depends on what other songs are out at the time as well. But yeah, the classic song.
Yes.
Okay, peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 8 non-consecutive weeks, while it topped AC and mainstream top 40 charts. The song has been widely covered and parodied by a range of artists, including other boy bands such as JLS and One Direction, while its music video, directed by Wayne Isham, received famous parodies, including Blink-182 and their music video for All the Small Things.
I just remember when Blink-182 did it, people were like so mad.
I thought it was really fun. I don't know. People thought it was funny.
No, I thought it was funny too. But I remember like back in the day, they were like, "Why would you do that? What? Like that's so mean." I don't know. It was a different time back then.
Different times. I don't know. Big Time Rush in their music videos for Like Nobody's Around and Worldwide. The Wanted in their music video for Walks Like Rihanna. The original music video received 4 VMA nominations, winning Viewer's Choice. It became the group's first music video to surpass 1 billion views on YouTube in 2021.
Yes.
After the success of their first 2 albums, Backstreet Boys and Backstreet's Back, the band recorded their 3rd studio album during 98 and 99. When the members of the Backstreet Boys came to Stockholm in November 98 for a 2-week recording engagement, they were eventually presented the demo of I Want It That Way, which at the time only consisted of the main chorus. Upon leaving Sweden on November 16th for a November 17th Oprah taping, vocals for the songs had been completed in 2 days. Originally, Larger Than Life was going to be the lead single, following a similar formula of their first 2 albums having an upbeat lead single. However, after hearing the vinyl version of I Want It That Way, the boys wanted to move in a more mature direction by utilizing a tempo track as the lead single. Zomba recording executives had to be convinced to approve of the song as the first single due to them citing the band could alienate fans with a mid-tempo song that had vague lyrical meaning. In the end, the press information in the form of snippets was authorized to release to radio stations to precede the song's release. Censorship. On August 19th, 2011, China's Ministry of Culture released a list of 100 songs, including the 12-year-old I Want It That Way that were required to be removed from the internet. The purge came about because the ministry claimed that these songs had been released without first being subjected to a mandatory screening process conducted by ministry officials for the government policy. Media sites were given until September 15th to delete the named songs or face penalties. The Chinese government claims such measures are necessary for national security purposes. Never heard this. That sounds nuts.
That's weird. It's weird, but that's also, I feel like, what they do. I feel like they block a lot of things. Like, I've heard about this with movies. Like, they don't play certain movies. So I guess, like, I Want It That Way was, like, something in the song that they didn't like. I don't know.
They thought there was, like, a secret message.
Yeah.
Okay, writing inspiration. I Want It That Way was written by Andreas Carlson, Max Martin. We already said this stuff. The acoustic guitar riff, which forms the song's intro and reiterates throughout the verses, was written at the very end of the recording session and was inspired by Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. Okay, didn't know that either. The song is written in a key of A major at approximately the 2-minute, 25-second point of the song. It goes to B major. Their vocals is E3. I don't know what any of this stuff means.
I don't think we need to read that.
Alternate version with different lyrics was recorded in January 99. Okay, written by Mutt Lang. The alternate version was leaked on the internet via Napster in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that was a big thing back then, Napster.
The original. In an interview, Andreas confessed that the song was a play with words. According to him, when Max came up with the original idea for the song, it already had the line, "You are my fire, the one desire." We tried a million different variations on the second verse and finally had to go back to what was sounding so great, "You are my fire, the one desire," and we changed it to "Am I your fire, your one desire," which made absolutely no sense in combination with the chorus, but everybody loved it.
Excellent.
Lyrical interpretation. Many critics over the years have questioned the song's lyrical meaning, mainly the line, "I Want It That Way." Ben of LA Weekly discussed the song, saying it makes zero sense. Blah, blah, blah. None of the sentiments in the chorus seem to have any other ones. Even worse, no further explanation is given for that, what that is. The critic assumed the song simply doesn't like it when his lover expresses preferences, never wanting to hear when his girlfriend says she wants something in particular ways. Somebody else says that song doesn't make sense and it's odd, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, same shit. Somebody else concluded the song is about a relationship that is troubled by matters of emotional or physical distance, but the singer feels strongly enough to keep it going just the same until the chorus, at which point he decides it's not worth the trouble. No, it doesn't make sense, but it's still stirring, beautiful in its own and weird way, and undeniably unforgettable. Frankly, we wouldn't want it any other way. Kevin Richardson, a member of the band, explained in an interview that ultimately the song really doesn't make much sense. He said that the co-writer Max Martin's knowledge of English was limited at the time. There are a lot of songs out there that don't make sense, but make you feel good when you sing along with them, and this is one of them.
Yes.
In 1998, the band seemed to reverse course regarding the depth of the lyrics. In response to Chrissy Teigen on Twitter, they attempted to clarify the song's meaning of it. Don't want to hear you say that you want heartaches and mistakes or to be two worlds apart. We don't want it that way. That's what we want, for you not to have it that way. That makes no sense. Maybe I'm not reading that.
So they thought that they were clarifying, but they made it even worse.
Yeah, it sounds more confusing. I don't even know. Basically, okay, so Legacy is one of the most praised songs, top 100s, blah, blah, blah. Yep, so basically that's kind of it.
I just think like maybe you're not supposed to read into it too much and just enjoy the song.
Just enjoy life. The music video was directed by Wayne Isham, was filmed at the Los Angeles LAX airport, April 1st and 2nd, 99, and it came out on May 5th, 99. The Tom Bradley International Terminal is seen multiple shots and also appears as the band sings and dances to the chorus. In the final chorus, the band prepares to board their plane, a Boeing 727. They are greeted by a crowd of screaming fans bearing signs and flowers. The scenes involve the plane, and the final scenes appeared, which featured fans, was filmed in one of the hangars of LAX. Additionally, a different airline, who cares about the airplane? It appears when Howie sings the fourth verse. The video features prominent special effects scene transitions between shots, notably a high-speed zoom effect, which makes it appear the foreground has not changed and the new shot has. Fades in and out, shifting between things, blah, blah, blah. Okay. They dance. Yep, that's basically. The video reached number 35 on Much Music's 100 Best Music Videos. The song's music video has been parodied by Blink 182. And yeah, so anyways, so that is that. So there was that. Okay, I'm going to share this one now. So this one is coming from the Grammy website. So this was posted. 25 years of Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way. 10 covers by Ed Sheeran, Lil Uzi Vert, oh, there he is again, and more. To commemorate the anniversary of the Backstreet Boys' biggest hit, take a look at 10 clever ways it has been covered and sampled, from Ed Sheeran's karaoke bit to a Weird Al special. When the boys released I Want It That Way on April 12th, 1999, they likely had no idea how their beloved smash hit would still be a quarter century later. Okay, it says, okay. The Backstreet Boys celebrate 25 years. So Weird Al has done a cover.
This one was funny too.
Yes, it's eBay is what it was called. Came out in 2003. When the King of Parody selects one song to skewer, you know it's an iconic one. Weird Al paid tribute to the largeness of the Backstreet Boys classic I Want It That Way with a song called eBay. His chorus replaced the original with a used pink bathroom, a rare mint snow globe, a Smurf TV tray I bought on eBay. The Backstreet Boys Send Up appears on the Weird Al's album Poodle Hat, which won Best Comedy Album at the 2004 Grammys. One Direction did a cover in 2013 when they were on the X Factor. So they were paying homage to them. So though their English accents poke through at times, their version was loyal to the original and got their crowd singing along. In 2013, Glee did a cover, poking fun at the rivalry between NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. A medley of Bye 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 and I Want It That Way was featured in season 4, episode 16, called Feud. Mr. Schuster and the Glee Club heartthrob Finn face off in an epic boy band battle, which ultimately proves the group's respective music was more cohesive than divisive. Okay, then we have Brittany Howard and Jim James. I don't know who these people are. In 2016, the lead singer of Alabama Shakes and My Morning Jacket covered the boy band classic. It doesn't sound real, but Brittany Howard and Jim James did that when they recorded I Want It That Way for animated short cartoon called A Love Story. Released by the fast food chain Chipotle Mexican Grill, the clip was part of the creative campaign to show the company's focus on natural ingredients. Okay, never heard of that. I guess it's more of an American thing. That's weird. Okay, Backstreet Boys and Jimmy Fallon and the Roots in
I remember this. It was very good.
So they did the Classroom Instruments.
Yes.
It was a live performance for The Tonight Show. It was one of the sweetest renditions of the song, and not just because they're using a mini xylophone, baby tambourine, and other toy classroom instruments. It's even more enduring than the previous collaborations between Fallon and the Backstreet Boys, a barbershop singing version of Cisco's Thong Song and Backstreet's Back, where they're dressed like birds. I did not like that one. This is cute, though.
This one was good, yeah.
Very cute. The 1975 came out with a version in 2020. So British rockers, the 1975, performed Fairly Faithful cover, hitting all the high notes on their 2023 world tour. The frontman, Matt Healy, has hinted the Backstreet Boys' influence on his band. He said College Dropout is Kanye West meets Backstreet Boys. It's a weird mix. I was told of their variable mood board at the time when working on their song Tonight, I Wish I Was Your Boy. Lil Uzi Vert came out with a version in 2020.
Who's that?
He's a rapper. So he released a rap song called That Way, which include a refrain of I Want It That Way, sung to the tune of the Backstreet Boys original, but with an auto-tune twist. From there, the lyrics become a quite bit naughtier than anything the Backstreet Boys have uttered in any song. I don't know how the idea of Backstreet Boys got involved in this song. I really don't. The song's producer told Splice at the time, I think it was all Uzi, but it was a game changer. The interpolation was so good, in fact, that Nick Carter even invited Lil Uzi Vert to collaborate. Now you're going to have to be featured on our next album, bud, he tweeted upon the song's release. Another surprising cover is Korn.
Yes, I remember them.
In 2022. It's Nick there. So fans of Korn know that the new metal band has a sense of humor, but few would have expected that Jonathan Davis and crew would post a TikTok of themselves singing I Want It That Way in 2022. I never want to hear you say worst is on the way, reads the caption on the post, a tongue-in-cheek reference to Korn's 2022 song of the same name. Backstreet Boys responded on the app via hilarious duet with Nick Carter, in which in the video, Carter, who sports a fabulous metal eye makeup and a long silver wig, doesn't actually say anything. He just drops his jaw in amazement.
That was pretty great.
I feel like they also hung out after a concert, didn't they? Yeah, so they're...
I believe, yes.
You know, and then 2022, we have the Backstreet Boys and Downey commercial. Downey hired the Backstreet Boys to poke fun of I Want It That Way with the now viral Tell Me Why commercial. All 5 members appear on a poster that comes to life using Tell Me Why hook of their song to engage a woman doing laundry in a conversation about washing her clothes. The nostalgic ad spawns some memories for folks working on the ad campaign. The moment BSB stood in front of the cameras, they rehearsed I Want It That Way just to get the notes right. And we felt we were getting serenaded on set. We couldn't believe how emotional we all got. There may or may not have been tears in some eyes. The song has always been a karaoke favorite of the team, so we knew which Tell Me Whys we wanted them to hit, and we can't get it out of our heads. So that commercial is still playing.
And this commercial is still going strong on the W Network. Every time I watched a movie on that channel or a show,
it's so true.
This commercial is always played. They put back the NSYNC part where it says bye, bye, bye. And then Brian's like, wrong band.
Wrong band. Yes.
Because the other part, they had that one out. But now they've put it back in. So I was like, okay, it's going to keep going and going. I love it.
So basically, she's washing like a Backstreet Boys shirt, I think, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to throw it away because it smells." And they're like, "Have you tried Downey Rinse and Refresh?"
And I think that it's a very good commercial because I feel like lots of people have bought in Downey after this.
Hey, there you go, classic. So that's when you know commercial is going well. And then the last one is Ed Sheeran in 2023.
Yes,
when he fancies singing a bit of karaoke, Ed Sheeran loves leaning on I Want It That Way. The star showed up at his favorite Nashville bar in July of 2023. A patron caught him on camera, and his happiness level is undeniable when belting out the enduring pop classic. As Sheeran told CBC News a few months later, he grew up on the pop hits from everyone from Backstreet Boys to Britney Spears, but he said that I Want It That Way specifically may be the best way to describe its long-lasting impact. You can't be in a bar a couple of beers in and I Want It That Way comes on and not be like, this is a good song. You can't do that. So.
You can't be. Yeah, that was a big deal. That was a big deal when he sang that song.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to close with this guy. I feel like there was another fan one that I had open. Am I crazy?
And then I think, if I recall, when Nick did this song for his event at GalaxyCon in North Carolina, as a joke, jokingly, he's like, this is how it's sung at Sheeran when he was singing I Want It That Way.
Amazing.
It was pretty funny.
I thought I had something from the BSB fangirls. Am I crazy? Oh, I found it. Okay. All right. Sharing to this one. Sorry, just a couple more. Okay. So
we reached the 1 hour and 2 minute mark, just so you know.
One. Okay. So we're almost done. Okay. So BSB fangirls celebrating 25 years of iconic pop anthem, I Want It That Way. So this was written by Amber, released April 12th, 2024. Can you believe it's been 25 years since the release of one of the most iconic pop songs of all time? That's right. The Backstreet Boys' timeless hit, I Want It That Way, first graced our ears on April 12th, 1999, and it continues to captivate listeners around the world with its infectious melody and heartfelt, I can never say this word, albeit confusing lyrics. I know what the word means. I just can't say it. All right. The lead single off their smash 1999 sophomore release, Millennium, has been an iconic staple for 25 years. From the moment those opening chords strike, transporting us back to the late 90s, I Want It That Way has been synonymous with pop perfection. Written by Max Martin and Andreas Carlson, the song became an instant classic, topping charts globally and solidifying the Backstreet Boys' status as one of the most beloved boy bands in history. But what is it about I Want It That Way that has allowed it to stand the test of time? Perhaps it's the irresistible harmonies that effortlessly blend the voices of Nick Carter, Howie DeRoe, AJ McLean, Kevin Richardson, and Brian Littrell. Or maybe it's the universal themes of love and longing woven into the lyrics, resonating with listeners of all ages and backgrounds. Maybe it's the lyrics that make absolutely no sense at face value, but still get stuck in your head for days to come. I Want It That Way transcends its status as a mere pop song, evolving into a cultural phenomenon that has woven itself deeply in the fabric of music history. Beyond its catchy melody and infectious lyrics, the song holds a unique position in the collective consciousness, resonating with listeners across generations and cultures. One of the key factors contributing to its enduring legacy is its ability to evoke a range of emotions and memories. Whether it's nostalgia for the late 90s when the song first made its mark, or a timeless appreciation for its universal themes of love and longing, I Want It That Way is a timeless quality that continues to captivate audiences. Moreover, the song's influence extends far beyond its initial release, permeating various aspects of popular culture. From the memorable appearances in film, from Magic Mike to Tokyo Vice. Okay, I forgot to mention that one too. Magic Mike, I just rewatched
yes, that was
scene.
a very good scene.
Wait, what's that guy's name? Joe Manganiello. Sofia Vergara's
Something
ex-husband.
like that.
Yes, so when he came in and he goes to the gas station and he like rips open a bag of like Cheetos and then like pours water on himself and like takes off his shirt and whatever, and then the lady at the counter is just like staring at him like and then and then gets her to smile. It's pretty funny.
It was very good.
Funny. And then there's a picture. So television shows Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So
that one was
clip
really
was
good.
Hilarious. So that's when somebody had been murdered, I guess, and then they're like, "Oh, he was singing the Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way." So he had all the guys in the lineup like sing the song.
Yeah, everyone sang a verse, or everyone sang.
So they all sang like a line or whatever.
A line, yeah.
He's like, "Okay, now everybody together," and he's like singing it, and then he's like, "Oh, that was great." And then the girl's like, "Number 2 is the one who killed my brother," and he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot what we were doing." Like, it was just,
that was so.
It was a very funny moment. So yes. So anyway, so to its ubiquitous presence in karaoke bars and wedding playlists, it has become an integral part of our cultural landscape. In fact, this is one of the most effective call and response songs in history. You can literally go anywhere on the planet and yell, "Tell me why," and you will hear a response of, "Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why."
Perhaps most significantly, I Want It That Way has a profound impact on the music industry itself. Its success paved the way for a new era of boy bands and pop acts, shaping the sound and aesthetic of mainstream pop music for years to come. Countless artists cite it as a source of inspiration, drawing upon its melodic hooks and emotional resonance in their own work. But perhaps the true magic of I Want It That Way lies in its ability to evoke nostalgia and transport us back to a simpler time. For many, the song serves as a soundtrack to cherished memories of adolescence, first loves, and carefree days spent singing along with friends. As we celebrate 25 years of I Want It That Way, let's take a moment to appreciate the enduring legacy of the iconic anthem. It's a reminder of the power of music to unite us, to evoke emotion, and to transcend generations. So here's to the Backstreet Boys and their timeless hit that continues to inspire and delight audiences worldwide. Happy anniversary, I Want It That Way. May your melody continue to resonate for another 25 years and beyond. In case you missed it, here is the new version, blah, blah, blah. Then it has that. So that was from Amber on the BSB Fangirl site. So, and there you go. So lots of fun feelings that people have about this song. And it's great. We were going to play a little game, but I feel like I don't have time because we're well over the time.
That's okay. We did a great job talking about it. I think
so
we can save it for next time.
Great song. Yes. So I Want
It brings back memories of your younger years and where you were. It puts you back in there when you're in the concert, even if you've heard it a lot of times. But once you hear those first notes, you're like, yes, this is the song.
Like, this is it.
And then you just hear everyone cheering in the concert. it's goosebumps. It's like really goosebumps.
And everyone will just sing along. The boys don't even need to sing at this point. Everybody just sings it all and knows it all. So, yeah,
It's
so
beautiful.
great song. All right, so happy 25th anniversary. I want it that way.
Happy anniversary. Happy 25 years. I want it that way.
Mm-hmm. All
Here's
right, awesome.
to many more.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.